Welcome to Productive Joy with Dr. Christie, where fun meets action.
Hi, friends. Welcome to Productive Joy, the recap. So today we're recapping our 300th episode. Can we just take a minute? Holy cow. 300 times I have said, hi, friends. Welcome to Productive Joy. That's crazy. And I am so grateful for all of you because you've been listeners, you've been faithful, you're still here, you're listening right now. And I'm humbled. I'm humbled and I'm honored, and I am having so much fun. I hope that you are having just as much fun listening, and I hope that you're sharing this with your friends because ultimately, I think the world needs a little more productive joy. So this week we had Maaya Konishi. Maaya called us from Japan, so I think that is the furthest that I have had, although I did have one in Australia, so I'm not sure which one is geographically further from Florida. Somebody could tell me that, I'm sure. But to say that she was a minute away is an understatement. It was 9 p.m. when I interviewed her. It was 8 a.m. here. And oh my goodness, what a fascinating human being. So she speaks 5 different languages and really loves linguistics. So she wrote a book called Becoming CEO, My Love of Languages, and how that made her who she is. When she was 5 years old, she moved from Japan to America, and that's where she learned English. But then she fell in love with it. And then she went to an international school. And at that international school, she learned Indonesian as her next language. She also said she spoke Chinese and something else I didn't write down. But those are not necessarily like all of the languages that one would speak. Spanish is her other language. So she was absolutely fascinating. And the biggest thing that I took away from her is when you are operating in your unique genius, you will not only survive, but thrive, right? Like you will be in a better place mentally, emotionally, all of the things. And I don't know that we all recognize that. I think sometimes we think that we can have our passion over here and our job over here, and the two can't intersect. But I disagree. I disagree that those two things can't intersect. I think that we can do the thing that brings us the most joy. And when listening to her describe her version or her definition of productive joy, she said sharing her expertise with others. I think that brings a lot of productive joy to me too. When I am able to explain something to someone that I know from my years of experience, that's when I light up inside. That's when I feel like I am contributing and when I have productive joy. I don't know about you. What's your definition? Where do you find it? Because ultimately, we all have a different way of going about productive joy, but I do hear common things. And I'm having so much fun writing this book because I'm taking all of the guests that we've had from all 300 episodes. Every episode doesn't have a guest, so I shouldn't say it that way. It's more like 200 guests. But taking all of their definitions and compiling them and then putting them into categories where I've got paper clips, magnifying glasses, flickies, and teddy bears. And what is it that lights you up? What is it that brings you productive joy? And then how can you create that for your people? It's not enough to just have it yourself. It's something really important to do, to recognize that other people need what you have and that you can create it for them in different ways. There is power in that, my friends. So today, I want you to find your passion. I want you to figure out what that thing is that makes you go, oh, yes, I get to do this, not, oh man, I have to do this. There is such a difference. And I do genuinely believe you can wake up every single morning and go, I get to do this. I mean, will there be days when you have certain tasks on your list that you're like, oh, and I have to go to the DMV? Yes. That shouldn't be the bulk of your time. Right? So way back, we had a guest that talked about the fact that 90,000 hours is the amount of time that in a lifetime we spend at work. 90,000 hours. If you are spending 90,000 hours doing something, you better darn well like it. What if you didn't? Why would you stay? Let's find the things that bring you joy and recognize that, our jobs don't define us. I think and that's something that I've been learning. We've had a lot of shift in my organization this year, and I am learning that your job cannot be what defines you. Instead, you have to find your passion and live it out. And a job is going to replace you before, the ink's dry on your death certificate. So why are we giving so much of our identity over to the job itself? It's not about the job. It's about the passion behind what you're doing. And how can you create more of that productive joy in this space? So that's my challenge to you today is to, one, find your passion. And then two, figure out a way for it to make you money instead of cost you money. Wouldn't that be terrific? So there are ways to do it. And if you need some help, reach out to me, Christie, CHRISTIE at intentionalitygroup.com. Let's talk, because I bet you I can give you some ideas for how you can make that your reality instead of a pipe dream. And today I want you to grab something that you can use. Maybe it was from Maaya's conversation. Maybe it was just, wow, 300 episodes. That's consistency. I'm going to be consistent on something too. Or I don't know. I don't know what you grabbed, but I do know that when you grab something and you use it, things will start to change. So today I need you to grab something and figure out a way to turn fun into action.